connected.
Jesus, that's bright. Okay. Better. Much, much better. I'll get there in a minute. Here we go. The exit strategy. This is insane. Like, actually insane. The karmic roast. You're asking why me? And here's the dark humor of it all. You chose this. The exit strategy. Astrologically, this star bridges Aquarius and Pisces. You are here to finish things. You are the cleaner. You are here to burn up old karma, not just yours, but your lineages, so you can move on to the next level of the game. The penance. In past lives, you have been a bit too attached to the material game, or maybe you wielded power without wisdom. Now you have this placement to force you to look at the dark side of life, understand it, and transcend it. The superpower. You can see through people's masks. You know when someone is being fake because you understand the nature of the mask itself. You are the one who yells fire in a crowded theater, not to cause panic, but because there actually is a fire and everyone else is too polite to mention the smoke. The accuracy of the Vedic charts has blown my mind. If you said to me a year ago that I would be sat with astrology of any description, absolutely not. No. Just no. Oh, well, I'm feeling a little bit sad because of the stars. Are you? Is it because of the stars, really? You know, the moon is slightly to the... but yet here we are. We are in this. So I'm going to keep going. The dark side. Because we love balance. If you do not channel this energy into spiritual growth or a high cause, it will turn nasty. The cynicism. You can become the person who sits in the corner smoking a cigarette, judging everyone for being sheep. Oops, almost a forbidden word there. Let's say followers, while doing nothing to help. Self-destruction. If you can't burn the ego, you might try to burn your actual life down. Substance abuse, volatile relationships, and blowing up your career just to feel something are common pitfalls here. Crazy. So honestly, a year ago, tell me that I would even allow this to become a part of my existence, and I'd say you were crazy and you need to put down the hoodoo, voodoo, woodoo. And there's just some things that are undeniable there. Undeniable. And it's like, it's more than 99% accurate, which is... All right, let's keep going. Okay, the bottom line. You are a cosmic incinerator. Your job isn't to build pretty sandcastles, it's to wash them away so we can remember we're standing on sand. It's a heavy burden, but damn, it makes for an interesting life. Whatever planet sits here is being put through the furnace. Moon here, your emotions are a roller coaster of existential dread and ecstatic bliss. Sun here, your identity is constantly dying and being reborn. This is... oh, wow. Shit. Ascendant here, you walk into a room and people instantly feel a shift in the air pressure. I can't comprehend this. Yes. So all I'm doing is I did my Vedic astrology yesterday. A couple of months ago, I met a girl who is mad into Vedic astrology, and I couldn't get on board with what she was saying. I couldn't listen to it. I was just, I was closed off to it. And so I suppose she probably opened the first door because I started to consider it and think about it more. But then I still wouldn't do anything about it. And then I had another conversation with another friend, and we were talking about this, and it came up into conversation. And then he said something that made sense. So then that made me curious. That really did actually make me curious. And I thought, fuck it. Why not? What have I got to lose? So I pulled up my Vedic astrology, and within a 24-hour period, I literally have got, where the fuck is it? Oh, on the wall over there next to the clothes rail. I had to go and get like 3 A3 sheets printed off yesterday. Hi Bromley, hi Matthew. Yeah, I had to go and fucking crazy. I had to get it printed off and stuck on the wall so I could see it every day. And then I've got how it all fits together up there. I'm gonna keep reading. Can you H? Can I what? Since you haven't told me which. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I can see the comment. 35, 36 in February, and goodbye. Much money you spend on tattoos? Not a lot actually. Not a lot. I've done quite a lot of tattoo collaborations, and I've got tattoo. I suppose once you're in it, it's not as expensive as when you're not in it. Like if you just go and get like a sleeve or a back piece or something, and it's all you've got. Like they'll charge you to the eyeballs because they know you're only going to be there once. But if you're heavily tattooed, like the prices of tattooing kind of goes down a bit for you. You kind of become a walking billboard for somebody's work in a sense. Argentina, hello. From the UK, yeah, but I'm in Indonesia. Why is that 2 people asking me how much tattoos cost? That's weird. I find that a bit strange. Like, what are you going to do with that information? Like, how is that information gonna make you a better human being or have any kind of impact on your life or your day? Guys, look, I'm all for questions. I'm all for questions all the time. But if you're gonna ask questions, make them questions. Like, let's have a conversation. Don't just put stupid shit in the comments, because it's just, go away. Do you know what I mean? Go. I haven't got time for that shit. If there's anybody in here that has a question, don't think even know what you live. Okay, it's not. I live in the UK, and I think I don't even know what you live morning for you, and in the UK it is nighttime. Yeah, so I'm from the UK, but I live in Indonesia. So, yeah. But no, seriously, if you're going to ask questions in here, and they're actual questions with some relevance and some substance, ask away all day long. But just, I don't know, I don't want a following of people who, like, where are you from? Like, what? No, man, like, it's not. Let's talk about something deeper than that. How am I feeling today, Luke? I am feeling like I have to integrate a lot of things. A lot of things. I'm feeling good, strong, dangerous. I've been sparring this morning, so we've done rounds of Thai boxing this morning. Yeah, so a lot going on. The stream, what's the stream about? So again, it's literally in the description. It's the title of the stream. Yesterday was the first time that I've ever been open to any kind of astrology. If you said to me a year ago, hey, we're going to do an astrological reading, I'd be like, shut up, mate. Shh. Absolutely not. You're not sad because of planets, or, you know, you're not pissed off today because Jupiter's rising. Like, you're pissed off because you slept 3 hours last night and you had a shit night's sleep. So anyway, that was my attitude on it. Like, massive negative attitude towards it. And then some things happened, and some things kind of started getting a bit weird and started getting a bit random. So I ended up having a look yesterday morning. It's blown my mind. Like, actually blown my mind. Okay, so I'm just actually getting the next bit here from this, because based on the chart diagnostics we ran earlier, the planet sitting in Purva Bhadrapada is your moon. The moon, the mind, manas. In Vedic astrology, the moon isn't just your emotions, it is your lens on reality. It's how you process data, how you react to stress, and the default setting of your consciousness. Placement. Having your mind inside the scorching star of Purva Bhadrapada creates a very specific psychological profile. The double face, it gets interesting, man. Like, you have a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde switch. You can be the calm, detached observer 1 minute and scorching, intense destroyer the next. Okay, keep going. The spiritual burn. Your mind isn't satisfied with surface level reality. It constantly wants to burn through the bullshit to find the truth underneath. This is why small talk physically drains you. Like I just said to you guys in here then, if you're going to ask questions inside of this chat, ask as many questions as you want, and I'm always going to be there to answer them. But make them a question. Not just some stupid small talk. Like, let's go deep. Ask a question. Let's fucking rip it wide open together. Mate, I have no idea what Hollander. I don't, checked out, but I don't know what you're talking about. The penance, tapas. This placement means your emotional stability often comes after intense effort or heat. You feel better after a hard workout, Hanuman style, or a crisis than you do during a peaceful Sunday afternoon. I hate peaceful Sundays. I don't hate them. They just make me feel super uncomfortable. The older I'm getting, the better at sitting still I am getting. But as a rule, hate it. Fucking hate it. Hate it. Peaceful Sunday. Peace makes you suspicious. Intensity makes you feel at home. Exactly that. And I don't know how people go on, like, you know, when people book all-inclusive holidays, they go on these holidays and they sit by a pool for 6 fucking days eating all-inclusive shit food and drinking cocktails. I'd rather drink a pint of bleach than do that. Like, genuinely, that is my idea of absolute hell. It's just never went into the depth of astrology, but you make it sound more interesting. All right, do you know what? TV1Q, if you want me to run a basic condensed version of your Vedic astrology, I need your date of birth, date of birth, time of birth, and location. Like, not where you are now, but the location where you were born. But the time has to be precise. It has to be with it. Do you know what I mean? If it's 10 minutes off, you could be getting somebody else's life. It has to be very, very precise. But if you want to put that in, I will run through the program. Yeah, the horrible holidays. It's not a holiday, is it? You're not exploring. I want to go live with the locals. I don't want to be fucking... No. Okay. The penance. Yeah, no, we've done that. The sun is also in Aquarius, but it sits earlier in the sign. Likely Shatabahisha. It's a lot. Likely Shatabahisha, making you a healer scientist by soul, but a destroyer transformer by mind. So simply put, your soul sun wants to hack the system, but your mind, moon, wants to burn it down and rebuild it. That's the internal war. Use the prana protocol to keep the moon from overheating. Okay. Diving into sadness is not being alone. What? Why are we talking about sadness? Bro, what the fuck are you going on about? Make it make sense. Come on. I believe in you. Make it make sense. All right, let me have a look here. So the moon, Chandra, the mind, the emotions, the lens through which you perceive reality. Here we go. Okay, Valerie, no. You might not even be a fucking Taurus, but give me the time and the location. I need the time and location, not just your birthday. That's just some Western bullshit interpretation of astrology. Like, I'm a Leo, raw. No, we're not doing that here. That's, no. But if you want your birthday, time, and the location you were born. Putting the moon in Purva Bhadrapada is like installing a jet engine on a bicycle. It's too much power for the vehicle. And if you don't learn to steer, you're going to crash into a wall at match 2. Here's the deep dive on why your head feels the way it does. The internal civil war. The symbol of this star is the man with 2 faces. Most people think this means you're fake. They're wrong. It means you're living in 2 worlds simultaneously. The day face, you can play the game, you can put on the suit, shake the hand, act like a functioning member of society. You're likely charming and articulate. Jupiter rules this star, giving it the gift of the gab. Insane. Jesse. Okay, Jesse, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. What we got? Okay. Verifying, examining planetary strengths. verifying planetary data, confirming rising sign, calculating sidereal time, assessing celestial influences, unpacking astrological insights. Okay, here we go. Are we ready? Right, Jesse, we know nothing about you. I don't know who you are. I have no idea. Okay, so I'm just going to literally read this off this, but I want you to let me know how this makes you feel and is it relevant to you, because my shit's blown my fucking world apart. Genuinely crazy. Okay, let's be real. The universe was in a mood that morning. This chart is fascinating cocktail of get out of my way and please hug me. Here's the Vedic breakdown, served straight up. The big three, the shell, the bull, and the twins. Your ascendant, Lagna, Cancer, the crab. The vibe, she walks into a room and feels everything. The energetic skin is thin here. She's naturally protective, maternal, and moody as hell. She's wearing a hard shell to protect the gooey center. If you cross her, she doesn't attack you straight on. She sidesteps and snaps. Mooned, mind, Taurus, exalted. The vibe. This is the jackpot. Her mind is stable, grounded, and loves the finer things. While the Cancer rising makes her emotional, this Taurus moon keeps her sane. She craves luxury, good food, and tangible security. The twist. It's in the 11th house of gains and networks. She manifests money and connections just by existing. Okay. Sun. Soul, Gemini. Hidden in the 12th house, her true self is a bit of a hermit. She shines brightest when she's alone in foreign lands or diving into the subconscious. She's got a behind-the-scenes genius energy. Oh shit, placement. Mars in Cancer. Here's the cosmic prank. Mars is debilitated in the first house. The problem. Mars is the soldier, the warrior. In Cancer, a water sign, the soldier is drowning. Instead of direct confrontation, she gets passive-aggressive. She bottles up rage until she explodes. The internal war. She wants to be assertive, but her emotions hijack the wheel. It's like trying to drive a Ferrari with tears in your eyes. Big Hermit, Mars in Cancer has been a hard one. Yeah, it's coming. The silver lining. Because her moon, the landlord of Cancer, is exalted, this debilitation gets cancelled later in life. She eventually turns that emotional volatility into high-grade emotional intelligence. I like that for you, Jesse. I like that. That's exciting. I like that. The love and grind. Venus in Taurus, 11th house. She loves her friends and they likely have money. She treats relationships like investment. She wants stability, not drama. Ironic, given the Mars placement. Saturn in Scorpio, the 5th house. Romance is serious business. She doesn't date for fun. She dates to merge souls. She probably has a fear of betrayal that borders on paranoia. The summary, the soft shell warrior. She is a paradox. Nick, sometimes, not all the time. Paradox. Outwardly soft, nurturing, maybe a bit defensive. Inwardly stubborn as a bull and loves luxury. Action, impulsive but emotionally driven. She needs to stop apologizing for her intensity. The universe gave her a debilitated Mars, not to make her weak, but to force her to fight smart rather than hard. She's a spiritual gangster disguised as a nurturer. Okay, so that was a brief summary that I asked for there. Otherwise, it will give me page after page after page after page after page. But I think it's pretty accurate. Yeah, and I think that like the whole signs thing. The reason why I never liked it is because you could read it in a newspaper. It was in Mystic Meg in the newspaper, and you could literally get one sign, read it to yourself, and it would all make sense. But then you could quite literally just fucking read the next one on the page, no matter what it were. If you want it to make sense to you, it will make sense to you. You'll look for a reason why it works. Oh, fuck. Yeah, the Vedic is the way, man. It really is. I'm reading this now, and this is literally blowing my fucking world. Like, actually blowing my world. Um, you didn't come here to build a white picket fence, Matt. You came here to be a sin eater, the purge. Purvabhadrapada is the start of penance and purification. In past lives, you likely accumulated a lot of heavy, complex emotional data. Maybe you saw too much. Maybe you knew too much. Your job description in this life, your job is to process that data. You are a filtration system. You feel things more intensely than others because you are transmuting heavy, toxic emotions into wisdom. It's dirty work, but somebody has to do it. The spiritual sniper. You have this placement because you needed the ability to spot a lie from a mile away. Fucking Jesus. You cannot be bullshitted. Your gut instinct is essentially a radar for darkness. Fuck my life. Insane. I used to get cheated on a lot when I was young. Like in my early 20s, I got cheated on quite a few times. Completely changed me as a human being. But I knew. There was never any evidence. There was never any like massive signs. I just fucking knew. I knew. And the worst thing is they'd make me feel crazy for even suggesting that that was a thing. Until it all came out. Do a lot of 12th house. Right there. This is yesterday for me, love. So this is all brand new. Hang on. Let's have a look. Something mentioned something about a number of house yesterday. I don't know what fucking door number it was, but someone had something about something. Hang on. Let's keep going down here and we'll find out. It'll be in here somewhere. Okay, 3, the danger zone. Spiritual bypassing. The ruling deity, Aja Ekapada, is a form of fire. Fire warms, but it also consumes. With the moon here, when life gets too heavy, you have a tendency to want to check out. The trap, you might be drawn to extreme escapism. This could be substances, it could be obsessively watching dark media, or it could be spiritual bypassing, where you use spiritual concepts to avoid dealing with your actual messy human feelings. The cynicism, you're smart, dangerously smart, and because you see the flaws in the system so clearly, it's easy to become a bit bitter. Sarcastic hermit who hates everyone. Can be done. The superpower, controlled chaos. If you stop fighting the intensity and start using it, you become unstoppable. Radical transformation. You are not static. You are designed to die and be reborn multiple times in this one lifetime. You were 5 years ago. Who you were 5 years ago should be a stranger to you. Fuck off. I use that with my clients. I literally, okay, that's the first time I'm reading that, but I say this to every client I work with. I coach online. I work one-to-one with people, not just in spiritualism, but in channeling your fucking spirit through exercise, through ancestral planes of fucking motion, making you understand how beautiful you are as a human being and how incredibly smart your brain and your body and your connection to everything and everybody actually is. And, you know, I'm not here to wake people up who are pretending to be asleep. Like, I'm not going to do that. But there's been a lot of events, and I'm not going to start going into politics, but even just in the mainstream, there's been a lot of events in this life so far, which shows you as the general public, hey, look, this is not okay. And something is different here. But this, I always say, hey, look, do you remember, let's say, for example, you met somebody, they're 25, you're 35. I'm like, fucking hell, it's 10 years there, you know? And they'll say something like, oh, 10 years isn't that long. And I'm like, do you remember who you were when you were 20? Because if you do, you've not grown. I can't fucking, if I'm 36 in February, and if I met my 30-year-old self right now, I would not have anything to say. I just wouldn't have anything to say. And if my 30-year-old self met my 25-year-old self, they wouldn't be able to communicate effectively anyway, because The 30-year-old would not tolerate the 25-year-old. My 35, 36-year-old self would not tolerate my 30-year-old self. I would help guide, etc. But anyway, that's going too far off point. The healer, the destroyer. You have the capacity to help people through their darkest times because you live there. You are the guy who can sit with a grieving friend and not offer empty platitudes. You can sit in the fire with them. This is... Oh my fucking God. Okay, I'm going to tell you a very true story that happened on New Year's Eve. On New Year's Eve, I was over in the swimming pool and I was talking to one of my neighbors. I left the pool, I came home, I went over to the gym, I went and did recovery. When I got back, I found out he was dead. He'd ended his life while I was at the gym. Insane. Like, blew my day apart. New Year's Day. Oh, hi, by the way, you know, your neighbor who you was chatting to in the pool for an hour earlier about life and how well he feels he's doing. Oh yeah, well he's ended it. He's gone. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Anyway, it turned out to be true, and was shown the pictures. And it's very weird because I feel sadness and I feel like that's a shame, but I can also handle it in the moment. And then I come home 12:30. I'd just been down to the beach to watch the fireworks light up all over the island. And I come home and I got home about 12:30. And as I walked into where I live, his girlfriend was there. And she looked at me and said, Matt, where's my boyfriend? Like, where's my boyfriend? Nobody had told her. Like, nobody had told this girl that he was gone. And so I did. And I sat with her. And I was able to do that with no uncomfortableness at all. I didn't feel uncomfortable telling her that her boyfriend killed himself while she was at work. You know, like I didn't feel uncomfortable having that conversation. That doesn't make me feel uncomfortable because I know that I'm doing a service. I'm providing a necessary service. Someone has to sit with her. Someone has to be the person to show her that, hey, you know, I'm going to give you some information, but I'm going to sit tight with you while you process it. All right, I'm right here. I'm literally right here. Yeah, it's not really detachment, but anyway, so to read that, you're the guy who can sit with a grieving friend and not offer empty platitudes. You can sit in the fire with them. This literally happened on New Year's Eve. And when I say this is blowing my mind, guys, like, look, I'm not this guy. Like, to be the best container for it to process it, yeah, and it just doesn't faze me at all, Jesse, that at all. You know, just fucking it's a lot. Like someone got me work. I'm not gonna go into it. It's too much death, way too much death. Right, hang on, let's go in here. All right. You are under no obligation to be the same person that you were 5 minutes ago. Your mind is a theater of the absurd. Stop trying to organize the chaos. Stop trying to make your emotions make sense to the neighbors. They're playing checkers. You're playing 4D chess with God. The reason it hurts is that you're trying to fit an ocean into a cup. Break the cup. Intense. Like super intense. Insane. Yeah, it is sad. It is sad. And, so, Jesse, you are... I realized something yesterday. I'm going to take a step back. I realized something yesterday, and I realized that because I did a bit of TV, and then because I was in the public eye, and because, you know, it felt like the lights were on me all the time, I almost started to play a character, you know? And I've never done that. I've never done that in my life. Like, I've always been fucking brutally honest, straight to the point, you know? You're making excuses. I'll just tell you you're making fucking excuses. Like, stop making excuses. Oh, yeah, but like, I'm bit. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're lying to me and you're lying to yourself. Sort it out. You could do this. And I stopped doing that. I stopped being that way. But today feels different. Even coming into here and, you know, the pointless questions and the pointless conversations. I don't want it. I don't want it in here. I just don't want it in here. I just don't. I'd rather have two people in here where we sit here for an hour and we actually have some fucking decent, sick conversation than have 5,000 people in here asking me dumb shit. Like, honestly. If there's a question you have where I can try and assist you or help you with that, anything at all, go for it. Let's talk about it. Let's get the ball rolling. And I will give you whatever comes to me when I read that question out loud. But did those tattoos on your face hurt? Oh, oh. Stop it. Like, grow up. Grow up. Alright. I'm going to take 2 to 3 minutes away and I'll be back. So, if you're still there when I get back, I'll see you in a minute. If you're not, have a wonderful night, day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in this random fucking thing we call a planet. Oh my fucking god. This is going to be fun to read. I've just asked it something. Right, okay. That's the... I can't do empty conversation. I got sober 7 years ago, and after that, small talk becomes torturous. Yes, it most certainly fucking does. And I think what I was about to say to you, if you're still here before you left, before I left, is that, you know, I appreciate straight away you coming in here and being like, hey, boom, let's have a look what mine says, because that's what I want this to be about, community. I've just built this whole community online. I've spent months grafting my heart out to build this community, filming courses, filming modules, filming everything, building this place where people can be. New courses every single month, just to add some fucking substance to the world, man. Okay, crawling out your skin anxiety, your mind's looping against straight, lie down flat, no pillows if possible. What are you vibrating at? Fuck it. Okay, interesting. Crazy. Yeah, I stopped drinking. When did I stop drinking? 2 years ago. I stopped drinking 2 years ago. No drinking. No, nothing anymore. It's funny with lives. I always want to, when it gets to like 45 minutes, I don't know, I can't be asked being here anymore, and I just want to click off it. So I sit in it. Even if I go quiet for a little bit, I sit in it because it's uncomfortable. I don't like it. I don't know why. I can't explain it. But every time I feel like that about anything now, I just sit in it for a while. Because you never know, you could get to an hour and 15 minutes and you could have 300 people having the best conversation in the world. You might not. Nobody says, nobody knows. But it's, yeah. Just giving up the second you want to give up on something. Because ultimately, you know, lives, videos, creation, content, it is about building community. It's about trying to hit the masses with a message. And if I can better increase the following on any platform, like my Instagram platform is 109,000, you know, like that's there. YouTube's a different horse. We gotta break the algorithm in YouTube. We gotta come in hot, come in steaming, and that's what I'm about to move into now. So I did my Vedic astrology, and then I also said, like, okay, what does this mean for me in purpose and business? And you know, sometimes I feel like I've got 6 different personalities, etc. And you know, it's like you have, so that's okay, but let's look at the day and introduce each personality into each relevant section of the day, and we'll do a little bit of breath work just to get ourselves into that character, ready to step into that role. And so I did, and now we've just done this side of life. I'm going to come off it shortly and get into the other aspect of it. Interesting. Interesting that you've started getting a lot more about that DigiChart 3 days ago. I only did mine a day ago, and then you end up in this live. Yeah. Yeah, crazy. My Instagram, Jesse, is exactly the same as my YouTube, and you will see a lot more from me in this kind of thing. So this is what I'm doing now. So I'm planning my content out now. Yeah, I didn't know about it till about 3 months ago. I've got a friend who literally works deeply with it, but because she's a bit voodoo for me sometimes, I couldn't buy into it. But then it found me. It's almost like it forced me, because I also felt connection to a Hindu deity of Hanuman, and then I'm like, why Hanuman? And fuck, it all makes sense. You know, nobody else needs to understand it. Nobody else needs to think it. But all right, look at it this way: you do your astrological chart properly, and then you follow it for a year. And what if your life gets better? You know, what if you listen just for 12 months? Because what you're currently doing clearly isn't fucking working. You know, it's not. It's not working. It's not working the way you want it to anyway. So, you know that you know that you're made for more. You know that there's a bigger purpose there, and you know that there's a bigger meaning and a bigger reasoning, and you're awake to that, but you don't know what the fuck it is. All right. So let's say you do this chart, this reading. All right. And even if you think it's a bit too far fetched and it's a bit too voodoo for you, what if, all right, what if you just used it as a guide for 12 months and your life improved dramatically? Yeah. What then? What then? What you got to lose? Like, what have you actually got to lose is the question that you need to really internalize and feel and understand. And so I allowed myself open to it. And I'm so grateful that I did. I'm so grateful that I did. I feel like I've got a bit of a manual, you know, like a bit of a life handbook now. Which, yeah. But yeah, so that's where we are. That's where we're up to. Okay. The batch, the assembly line. Leverage our husband to systemize that part amazed me where it pointed out the points of resistance. That alone was enough to make me open to it. It was so accurate. That's it. You can't deny the accuracy, Jesse. You can't deny the accuracy at all. Do you remember what we were talking about? Stupid questions before. Right. Whole soul. Before you get your little fingers excited on a keyboard, like, what? I mean, no. Number one, no. But why does that come to your brain? You know, like, it blows my mind. What kind of existence are you living on this earth where you literally want to know if somebody's been to jail or not? It's uncomprehendable to me. Like, it's actually uncomprehendable to me. Like, you've got questions. I love questions. I love conversation. And we'll piece the world apart, piece by piece together. All right? No problem. See, that just shows an absolute lack of intelligence. Just, Right, okay. 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 Anyway, let's get back to the original point of the conversation. You cannot deny in this life that there is more than what we see and what we understand. The reason you can't deny it is because science can understand it. So there is energy fields, there is, I mean, even look at Wi-Fi, okay? Look at Wi-Fi. Oh, Bailey, I feel so sorry for you, mate. I really do. I really, really do. Maybe one day, maybe it's just not your time, but you'll be okay. I've had to learn about the mind-body connection and nervous system recently. I feel this stuff might relate in some way as well. Absolutely, absolutely. Like the nervous, your central nervous system, like my nervous system's fried today from yesterday's sessions, but My whole business is called the Mind Body Movement. My whole company setup is the Mind Body Movement, and that is quite. So for me, okay, all I can comment on is me because I'm the only person I know. My training methods, if you go and watch my shorts and the intensity of which I train, I spar MMA, Thai boxing, at least 4 times sparring a week. But then my actual training with the heavy sandbags, the garters, the maces, the clubs, the calisthenics, the backflips, the all-round randomness, that's just amazing for me. Like insane, insane. I couldn't live without it. But that's because it gets me out of my mind and it allows me to burn all the static that I'm holding in my body, everything that I'm holding in my body, so then I can actually spend the rest of my day quite calm. And I can safely say that if it wasn't for exercise, if it wasn't for finding that in my life about 13 years ago, I would not be who I am, and that would be a shame. Like that would be a shame. So yeah, I'm super 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 grateful for discovering it. Oh, can I outfight a gun? Paul, do you know what, mate? Can you do me a favor? Can you just go away? Like, just what a stupid thing to write. Just, oh my life. Dude, if you for a second think that I would take advice off somebody who writes mate with M and an 8, it's not 1990 anymore, mate. You have predictive text. You don't need to save on your text message costs. You can just type the full thing. You're welcome. You're welcome. And also, what really makes me laugh is any keyboard warrior that I've ever invited to meet me in a cage never actually shows up. That's always fun. I remember one kid, and he was adamant he was coming down to my gym on Wednesday night. I said, bring a mouth guard, like we'll keep it relatively safe. Bring a mouth guard. I'll just meet you in there, mate. We'll just do 5 rounds. Yeah, bro, do you know who I am? Do you know what? Shut up, mate. Just stop. Who are you kidding? Why are you lying to yourself? Eh. Stumbled across this stream, so I'm brand new, but I check out your channel and things because it's all interesting and relatable to me. Yeah, I appreciate it. Anyone who wants to be here, I appreciate you. Yeah, exactly, Jesse. Anger management. Yeah. Well, you would never make me angry. You would never be able to, with a keyboard, affect my emotional state. I can tell you bluntly how I think about people like you, no problem. But you would never be able to affect my emotional state. You usually find that most of these people are currently still living with their mum, sat picking Dorito dust out of their belly buttons because they don't know what to do with their existence. So, yeah, it's okay. Karma sorted you out already, like nobody needs to do that. The deployment of the schedule, feeding on Monday, the hooks which receive a Y, high energy, broad audience, starts to meet with a slap. Wednesday, the value, the sweat powder, Friday, the victim hoodie. Not looking for the weekend. I gotta wake up. No, you're just not making any sense, are you? Okay, we're on a hour and 2 minutes. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna keep working. And things aren't happy about themselves. Mindset for the powerful. 100%, man. 100%. That's what I usually reply to any comments on any of my videos, any comments of anything. I'm just like, look, do you usually spread your insecurities over the internet, or do you usually keep it to yourself? Because I know full well that if you're in a relationship, your partner's miserable. And if you're not in a relationship, it's clear to see why. So just do something about it, you know? I don't even mean it in a nasty way. I really don't. But it's just sometimes people need radical change, and they need a slap in the face to wake up. You know, radical. I've tried the fluffy approach to people, you know, and I thought that was my destiny. I thought my destiny was to be able to be strong enough to protect, but also be soft enough to be able to communicate to people. And then it's like, no, that's not where change happens. Change happens when it's radical. Change happens with intensity. And I stopped doing that. And now my people are around me. My people are finding me. Like, attract things in life. Don't go chasing them. You know, I literally I live in Indonesia. I'm sat on a tropical island in my house. My dogs lay outside, and outside I've got, look, I'll show you. Let's have a quick little look. And you're giving me shit on the internet. Do you really think I'm interested? Like, when I walk outside to this every day. Your keyboard can affect my life. You're insane. Crazy boy. Crazy boy. Crazy boy. Also, because, dude, can you rewrite that sentence and articulate it in the English language, please? Because I have no idea what you just said. Yes, brother. Beauty is in Indonesia. Absolutely. Absolutely is, yeah. Huh? Oh, there's a dog in my house as well. There is. Right, listen, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm done. I've been sat here for an hour. I've got shit to do. But guys, for any of you that benefited from this, I know there's a few of you that have stayed the full thing, so I appreciate you. I've seen this in about 5 years, hiding out his parents' basement rent free. Yeah, listen, literally. All my social media tags are the exact same. So Instagram, TikTok, this platform, it's all the same. Matt_B_Murray. So I'll see you over there when I don't see you on here. But let's try and do this more often. Have a wonderful fucking day or night.